and welcome to Retirement Riots, the show where your future isn't just a chapter, it's a whole new adventure. I'm Dana, the Queen of Retirement Riots, and if you're old enough to remember life before TikTok, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to break down the myths and complexities of Medicare, Social Security, and retirement income with insight, a smile, some laughs, and just enough wit to keep things interesting. So whether you're planning, approaching, or living in retirement, join us as we turn conventional wisdom, upside down. We're going to bust a few myths, and we're going to share some stories that prove that this stage of life is anything but boring. Let's get ready to riot. Okay, so today is Wednesday, October 1st, my very first show. And whoa, wait a minute, it's going to be so exciting. We're going to chat about the Medicare Annual Enrollment Period. That's right, folks, the big AEP party starts in 14 days. Just try to contain your excitement. The AEP isn't just a boy band or the latest TikTok dance. It's that magical time of year when you get to change your Medicare Advantage plans and drug plans. And if you're too young for Medicare, well, don't worry. You're going to learn enough here to be able to help your parents review their plans, help them change their coverage if need be, and then, whoa, wait a minute, you're now going to be their hero. So every year, from October 15th to December 7th, Medicare decides to open the gates and it says, all right, folks, let's shuffle things around a little bit. So during the annual enrollment period, here's what you can do. You can switch from original Medicare to Medicare Advantage. You can switch back to original Medicare. You can change from one Advantage plan to another, or review and update your prescription drug plan. Think of it like your annual car insurance renewal, except instead of Geico asking about your mileage, you're figuring out if your cardiologist is still in network or whether or not your new medication has made the list. I wonder, why do people get so overwhelmed? Well, let's think about it. Think about it like this. Think of it as Medicare is like a buffet. There's a lot on the table, but if you don't know what you're looking at, then you're going to end up with a big fat plate of regret. The plans change every year. Premiums go up. Co-pays change. Medications get dropped. So if you don't review your options, you could be overpaying or losing access to the doctors that you want and medications that you really, really need. And that is why so many people panic when the AEP rolls around. It is downright terrifying for some people. Honestly, the more people I meet, the more it seems like people are trying to avoid it altogether. Now that is an epic fail. Can you afford to throw away thousands of dollars out the window when you're on a fixed income? Honestly, I know people whose retirement plan of their dreams just vanished with one cancer diagnosis. Here are some common mistakes. Let's see, here's like 4 mistakes that I see every year. Ignoring the AEP completely. You can't just set it, forget it. That's how people end up paying hundreds of dollars more per month than they need to. Don't assume that your plan didn't change. Spoiler alert! It did. Insurance companies change things more often than my neighbor changes their Wi-Fi password. Not checking your prescriptions. The drug list or formulary is like a VIP list at a club. If your meds aren't on it, guess what? You're not getting in without paying, and you're probably going to pay a lot. Procrastination. Waiting until December 6th to decide is like starting your Christmas shopping at 9 p.m. on Christmas Eve. It's crazy. It's stressful, and somebody's always going to get something that they don't want. So let's take a few listener questions. Okay, these aren't really real emails questions, but if they were, this is probably what they would sound like. All right, let's think of a couple good ones. How about, does Medicare cover margaritas? Sadly, no. But Medicare will cover your blood pressure meds because of the margaritas, but not the actual margaritas themselves. Wah, wah, wah. How about, I've been on the same plan since 1998. Is that bad? Well, sir, if your plan was picked back when Friends was just beginning, it's probably time for a review. How about this one? Does Medicare cover hearing aids? Because my spouse claims that I selectively can't hear him. Well, Medicare usually doesn't cover hearing aids. Selective hearing? Well, that's not medical. That's just called plain old survival. Survival, for real. So now, let's take about 5 minutes, and I'm going to actually teach you how to research your own Medicare plan. Let's get practical. It's imperative that you know how to research your own Medicare plans. Many companies are no longer paying commissions to brokers. Unfortunately, most brokers are going to steer you to a commissionable plan that may not be right for you, but it sure does pay them a hefty commission. So how do you actually compare the plans without losing your sanity? So the best place to start is go to Medicare.gov. Here we go, step by step. Go to Medicare.gov, click on Find Plans. Enter your zip code, because the plans do vary by location, so zip code's important. Answer a few questions. They'll ask you if you get help with costs or if you have any type of Medicare help. So for Medicare Part D plans, enter your prescriptions, including your dosage, how many you take per day, and how often you get them refilled. If you're going to look for a Medicare Advantage plan, you're going to add your drugs and also enter your doctor, specialist, and preferred hospital. This is key. The system shows which plans cover them and how much you will pay for your co-pays. Also add your pharmacy. These plans have preferred pharmacies that can save you money. Then you're going to review the results. Medicare.gov ranks plans by lowest estimated total cost, not just premiums, but also drug costs. Compare side by side, look at premiums, deductibles, co-pays, max out-of-pocket, and whether or not your doctors are in network, and make sure your medications are in formulary. Save or print the results so you don't lose your work. You can even email it to yourself if that's easier for you. If this still sounds overwhelming, that's literally why I exist. I'm here to help you sort through the noise without costing you one dime. That's right, my services are free of charge. I am here to be a blessing to you. So here is how to survive tips without losing your mind during AEP. Number 1, start early. Don't wait until Thanksgiving Turkey Coma Week. Number 2, have your drugs and doctor's name and address list ready. It's going to save you a ton of time. Number 3, don't just look at premiums, because the cheapest plan is not always the cheapest one when you factor in co-pays, co-insurance, deductibles, and that crappy max out-of-pocket. Number 4, ask for help. You can reach me, Dana, at 602-376-7260, 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Arizona time, of course. Or you can get comfy, grab a snack, and call Medicare at 1-800-633-4227. But be ready to listen to elevator music while you're on hold for probably hours. Don't go it alone if you're drowning in details. I'm here for you. And once you make your choice, take a deep breath. Just breathe. Medicare is not going to come knocking at your door in March asking you to redo it all again. So that's it. That was my first show. All right, that's the Medicare Annual Enrollment Period, the most exciting party you never wanted to go to. Here's your takeaway from today's show. Review your plan, check your prescriptions, make sure your doctors are still in network, and do not wait until the last minute. And if you like today's episode, hit subscribe and share this with somebody who's still trying to figure out what Part D even is. And if you want personalized help, you can again call me at 602-376-7260. You can email me at riotwithdana@gmail.com, or you could slide on over to my website at www.ivegotitcovered.net. That's IVEGOTITCOVERED.net. IveGotItCovered.net. But before I wrap up, I want to take a moment to give thanks to God for giving me the vision, the strength, and the guidance to launch this podcast. Lord knows I can't do this alone, and I'm technologically challenged, so I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It's my prayer that Retirement Riots not only brings clarity to you, but also it encourages you and brings you a little laughter in your journey. This has been Retirement Riots, brought to you by Arizona Insurance and Retirement Services, where we tackle the not-so-fun parts of retirement with humor, faith, and a whole lot of heart. We'll see you next time.
Tales of success and the jokes that went wrong. We're podcast warriors where we all belong. Dana's the captain and we're sailing through.